Sneaky steps and shadowy ways. Welcome to the lair where the code is crafty and the hacks are always ethical. Let's dive into the shadows. Alright, I'm back for part 3 of Certified on Hack the Box now. Hopefully we can get this knocked out on this stream and maybe start a new box. We'll see what happens. Huh. So let's jump into it. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little. Okay, perfect. Alright, so where we left off is task 10. What is the specific name given to the vulnerability which can be used to exploit the Certified Authentication Certificate template by modifying the UPN of a user? So in order to figure that out, let's go over here to Bloodhound. Okay, so we need to abuse this generic all permission that management_service has over CA_operator. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this as owned. Okay. Okay. Then, okay, we want to take a look at this. Want to look at the Linux abuse. Generic all basically means that management_service has full control over the CA_operator user. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the Linux abuse. It says full control of a user allows you to modify properties of the user to perform a targeted Kerberos attack, and also grants the ability to reset the password of the user without knowing their current one. So we'll start with the targeted Kerberos attack. It's gonna do Python 3 targeted Kerberos, and we've done this before. Actually, no. This won't work for us. Actually, because that just gives us a Kerberos hash, and Kerberos hash, and we can't crack any of those in this lab, so that's not really going to be useful to us in this case. So we could force change the password. We can also do a shadow credentials attack, and I think that's what we're gonna do because that's what we did last time using PyWhisker. So we're gonna have to use PyWhisker, get tgt pkinit.py and get nthash.py in order to get the nthash of CA_operator, which will be necessary. Well, we could go ahead and change their password. Might be interesting to see. Nah, let's just continue on the track that we're going, because I know what I'm doing at this point. So yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so Python 3 PyWhisker. And we've already done this in the past, it looks like. Okay, so we're going to set this, or we're going to run this with Python 3. We're going to set a domain of certified.htb, a user of management_service. We're going to specify their hash. And then we're going to specify the target being CA_operator, and we want to do an action of add. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run that. Okay, so that saved the PFX certificate and key at this path here, which is just this PFX file, and then we will also need this password. Okay, so then the next thing that we need to do is use get tgt pkinit.py, and I think we have to run that in a virtual environment because it doesn't work normally for whatever reason. Okay, so Python 3, get tgt pkinit, and now we have a new pfx file this time. So we'll go ahead and specify that here for our .pfx file, bpv, and then we should actually, no, there, now I can tab complete, and then we'll add on the file extension, and then our password is, whoops, I think I deleted a little bit too much there, but I think that's okay. That's just gonna be certified. Okay, so then the password is right here. Okay. And then we'll just save this to, so we'll specify our identity here as being certified.htb/ca_operator. And then we'll just save this to a Ccache file called ca_operator.ccache. Okay, so we'll run that. That should use mini Kerberos to request a ticket grinding ticket. Oh, crap. I guess we'll do, we're in an ad, so I'll go to a quick break. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so for those who missed it, I'm not exactly sure how far I got, didn't realize the ad break had started, but I started with pywhisker.py, running that with Python 3, specified the domain of certified.htb, specified the user of management _service, and specified their hash with -H, then specified the target of ca_operator and an action of add. Okay, so then that gave us a pfx file, and then I went into a virtual environment and ran get tgt pkinit.py with Python 3 and specified the cert pfx, the .pfx file that we got from the previous command, and then entered the password from the previous command as well. And then I used the identity of certified.htb/ca_operator, and then saved the output to a Ccache file called ca_operator. And that is supposed to request a ticket granting ticket, but it's we have the error the clock skew is too great, so I need to then use ntp date, and I'll do -u, and then I'll do our target of 10.10.11.41, which is the domain controller, so I'll update my clock. So now Actually, I need to run this as sudo. Okay. And then after I run this, this should update my clock, and I should be able to get the ticket granting ticket. If I can enter my password in, right? Okay. Time step by this much, and then that my clock should change to 3:44 a.m. because that's the time of this domain controller. So now, if I run this again, I should be able to get a ticket granting ticket. Okay, and that looks like that was successful. I will need this for the next step. This is the ASREP encryption key, and we save the ticket granting ticket to the Ccache file. The other thing we need to do is we'll export this to KRB5CC name, and we will set this variable to ca_operator.ccache. There we go. Echo that out just to make sure that took okay, and it did. Okay, sweet. So then we can go ahead and exit out of our virtual environment, and then we will use get nthash.py, specify the key, dash get nthash.py, and we'll just change some things here. Actually, the only thing we need to change is the key. Well, actually, we need to change the identity as well. And we will change this to ca_operator instead. Okay, and then that should give us the NT hash for the ca_operator user, which it looks like it did. Okay, so we'll need that for the next step. And we can just make sure this is a different hash than this, and it is. Good, okay. So the next thing we'll do is we want to do some enumeration for certificate templates. Is there not? Is for escalation 1? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna use certify. Certify-ed find techu ca_operator at certified.htb, and then we'll specify their I always forget what hashes, the flag for hashes is here. Is it just dash hashes? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, dash hashes. Okay. So we'll do certify-find techu ca_operator at certified.htb. We'll do dash hashes and specify that. Actually, I'll need to copy that again. I actually have run this before though, because I was trying to test this out and make sure this was working before stream, just to kind of get the steps correct. So in order to find out what vulnerable templates exist with Certify, I thought that maybe we could do it as any user, but we actually have to do it as the as this specific user because of how this environment is set up. And so in order to even get there, we had to get the NTLM hash of CA_operator. And now that we have that, we can find out what templates are actually vulnerable. So we just specify the -vulnerable flag, and we'll just output this to standard output just to print it to the screen instead of putting it into a file. This is just a lot easier, so we'll run that. We should see that we have a vulnerable template, hopefully. And if we scroll to the top, okay, there's only one here, and that is, wait a second. Oh no. Okay, so now if we scroll back down, referring back to the certified authentication template right here, operator _C, or I don't know why this is like this. I'm not sure why it's not CA_operator, but that is the same account. They have enrollment rights over the certified authentication template. And now if we scroll down to vulnerabilities, we can see that this is vulnerable to escalation 9. And so then if we go back over here to hack tricks ADCS domain escalation, we can scroll down to escalation 9 and find out how we can abuse this. Okay, there's 8. And here we go. Escalation 9. No security extension. Now if we look at the explanation, it says the new value CT_flag no security extension for MSPKI enrollment flag, referred to as escalation 9, prevents the embedding of the new SZOID NTDS CA security extension in a certificate. This flag becomes relevant when strong certificate binding enforcement is set to 1, the default setting, which contrasts with a setting of 2. Its relevance is heightened in scenarios where weaker certificate mapping for Kerberos or S channel might be exploited, as in escalation 10, given that the absence of escalation 9 would not alter their requirements. The conditions under which this flag's setting becomes significant include strong certificate binding enforcement is not adjusted to 2, with the default being 1, or certificate mapping methods includes the UPN flag. The certificate is marked with a CT flag no security extension flag within the MSPKI enrollment flag setting. Any client authentication EKU is specified by the certificate. Generic write permissions are available over any account to compromise another. Okay. And then we have our abuse scenario. So we suppose John at corp.local holds generic write permissions over Jane at corp.local with the goal to compromise administrator at corp.local. The escalation 9 certificate template, which Jane at corp.local is permitted to enroll in, is configured with the CT flag no security extension flag in its MSPKI enrollment flag setting. Initially, Jane's hash is acquired using shadow credentials thanks to John's generic write. Okay, so let's see, is this going to be... Yeah, this is there are quite a few steps to the abuse, but we'll probably need to go through all of them, it looks like, yeah. Okay, so we'll start by running certify-ad shadow auto -username, and we're going to do CA_operator. Actually, is that... Yeah, CA underscore operator at certified.htb. Okay. Hey, good morning to you, Yadav. It is evening where I am, but, yeah. Huh? Alrighty. So continuing on. Then we're going to specify hashes because that's what we know. For CA underscore operator. Hey, welcome in, Yalan BS. Yalan BS. Oh, I get it now. Alrighty. So then we're going to specify our hash here. And then if we scroll over here, we're going to specify an account. And let's see. Okay, let me read the abuse scenario again. It says, suppose John at corp.local holds generic write permissions over Gene at corp.local with the goal to compromise administrator at corp.local. The escalation 9 certificate template, which Jane at corp.local is permitted to enroll in, is configured with the CT flag no security extension flag in its MSPKI enrollment flag setting. Initially, Jane's hash is acquired using shadow credentials thanks to John's generic write. Okay. So does that mean that we need to shadow as management underscore service with their hash and then target the account CA underscore operator? That's kind of what it looks like, but we have different permissions.
Hayabusa1 followed your channel.
Thank you for the follow. How long have you been in the cyber field? I have been in the cyber field since... Let's see, so... 2021, I think? Maybe? No. 2022. 2022. Yeah, since 2022. I started off as a SOC analyst, and then got promoted to a team captain for the SOC, and then was a tier 2 analyst that did threat hunting and deeper investigations into incidents. And then while I was doing that, I also did a penetration testing internship. And now I'm working at a different company as a junior detection engineer. Hack the Box daily? No, not daily. Twice a week. Any suggestions for students about to graduate?
Hell yeah! Goblin life!
Pursue certifications.
Yellen BS followed your channel.
Thank you for the follow, Yalan BS. As I was saying, you'll probably want to pursue certifications along with your degree. That should help a lot. So you'll definitely, if you're pursuing an entry-level role in cybersecurity, you'll want to get the CompTIA Security Plus, or there's also a Google certificate that's pretty good. That's entry-level cybersecurity certificate. So yeah, either of those are really good. for breaking into the industry. As well as doing Try Hack Me or Hack the Box will really help out too. And I actually got my current job because of streaming cybersecurity content. So you never know. You might get hired due to showcasing your learning. Let's see. Okay. Gosh dang it. We have different permissions. We don't have generic right. If we look at Bloodhound, management_service actually has full control over CA_operator. Speaking of that, why does that always happen? Probably need to report that bug. It seems like if you have more than one, if you mark more than one object is owned in Bloodhound Community Edition, it breaks it for some reason. Start node is management_service. And then destination node is CA_operator. There we go. Okay. And we have generic all, which means we have full control over CA_operator. But now we've owned both of these. Oh good, it didn't actually break it that time. That's good. So I'm thinking maybe we don't have to follow all of these steps because we already have, I think we can probably scroll down to this because we have different permissions and we've also compromised a user that can that has enrollment rights over the certificate template, so I don't think we need to actually do all of these steps because we actually have higher permissions than are in this scenario. Let's see. Alrighty, so moving on. Certify AD. We're gonna do request and specify a username of okay. So we just need to do this. Yeah, I did a little bit of testing on this before I decided to stream this last part of this today. I don't think this really matters. I don't think it matters if we use management_service or CA_operator. Because management_service has full control over CA_operator, and then CA_operator can has enrollment rights over the template. But if we have full control over that the CA_operator user anyway, we have the same exact permissions as them anyway, so it really doesn't matter in this case. Explaining what's going on here is we're going to use certify AD to request a, what are we requesting here? We're going to request the certificate template. Okay. As, let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna request the certificate template as management_service. We're gonna set the target IP, which is the domain controller slash certificate authority, and then the certificate authority is certified-DCL1-CA. Then the template that is vulnerable to this attack is certified authentication. And then we're going to specify the administrator's user principal name. Okay, so then we'll run that. Let's see. I think this is working. Syntax warning, invalid escape sequence. Not sure what that's all about. Requesting certificate via RPC. Oh, got error while trying to request certificate. Cert SRV E template denied. The permissions on the certificate template do not allow the current user to enroll for this type of certificate. Request ID is 4. Would you like to? Oh, okay. No, actually, we do need to run this as CA_operator because we don't have enrollment rights over the template, despite having generic all permissions. Okay. So let me get rid of this. Really, the only thing we need to change here is the username and the hash. And that's right here. We'll just copy that. I think that copied. Okay, and then if we run that, we should be able to get the PFX file, unless the syntax warning is what is also causing us some trouble. What? Yeah. We'll have to figure out what's going on then with that. Let's see. And I don't think it's due to not having a colon here. I think it's something else. Let's try that again. Syntax warning, invalid sequence. Oh wait, okay. Maybe that was the issue, because we did get the certificate with the user principal name of CA_operator. Oh wait, this gave us the. Is this supposed to do this? No. Yeah, this is not the administrator certificate and private key. This is the CA_operator certificate and private key. We want the administrator. There might be another thing we have to do though. This isn't super helpful because this isn't the same scenario. Oh wait, okay, so let's see. Is there another step we have to do? We really don't care about... I don't think we really care about the private key, the certificate and the private key of CA_operator because we've already compromised them. We want to get the certificate and private key of the administrator. How do we do that? I feel like this changed, like this used to be different. Might need to find a different guide. This just seems like this is not the same scenario. And we're back. Arielbite reading Talking a Goblin Voice for 3 minutes. Hey, welcome in, Arielbite. Let's see.
I was looking through some, research on, Escalation 9 to see exactly how to abuse that. And, I'm trying my best here. We'll figure this out eventually, though. Let's see what we've got going on here. Do we have the actual abuse for this? Come on! It's gotta be here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, maybe it's lower down here. Is this it? Aha! There we go. Let's see here. First, the user 2's hash is needed. It can be retrieved via shadow credentials attack, for example. Certify shadow auto dash username user 1 at $domain dash p $password dash account user 2. ADCS stuff. I'm just working on tool div at the moment. Nice! Yeah, I'm trying to get through certified on Hack the Box. This is part 3, because this is just kicking my ass. I should really learn to start a timer when I'm doing this voice, because I don't have any idea how long I've been doing it for. And I know I'm supposed to do it for 3 minutes. Might have to stop here pretty quick though, because it's kind of hurting my throat. But you know, what can you expect when you're a goblin and you sound like this? I really hope God voice doesn't hurt your voice box. Yeah, I don't usually do it for too long. 3 minutes is usually okay. I could probably stop now though. I don't know how long it's actually been, but yeah, I should probably switch back over to my real voice now.
Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, so this changes the user principal name of user 2 to user 3. Okay. So wait, does that mean that we changed the user principal name of CA underscore operator to administrator? Thank you. That's what it looks like. Oh wait, no, that's only if you do shadow. We just did, the vulnerable certificate can be requested as user 2. That's where we were. Certify rec dash username dash hashes dash target CA dash template. In this case, we specified the user principal name of administrator though. Let's see. The user's UPN is changed back to something else. Okay. Now, authenticating with the obtained certificate will provide the user 3's NT hash during unpack the hash. The domain must be specified since it is not present in the certificate. Okay, let's try that then. Certify-AD auth-pfx CA underscore operator dot pfx dash domain certified dot HTB. What will that do? Oh, is that just gonna get a ticket granting ticket as CA underscore operator? Yeah, that just gave me their hash. I don't care about that. I already have their hash. I want to get the certificate and private key of the administrator. Maybe it's time for Gob Voice Changer instead with a timer. I don't know. You mean like a voice changer, like software? Hey, welcome in, Clover. Walk up to them and ask for them to give you the key. Let's see. I feel like this situation is different, so this doesn't really... I feel like this doesn't really apply. Software, yeah, or something like that. How's it going, Clover? Good to see you again. Let's see. Yeah, I should probably get a goblin voice, voice changer. Or a voice changer with a goblin voice. School, work, family, tired. I think I'll switch to winning the lottery. Good luck with that. Let me try certify-AD account update dash username CA underscore operator dash hashes. Hopefully it's still in my clipboard, and it is. Dash user CA underscore operator. Let me put this in parentheses. I don't know if that matters, but I'm gonna do that. And then specify the user principal name of administrator at certified.htb. Let's try that. Got error. Could not find a target in the specified options. Oh, okay. Then we'll do dash target. Oops. Target dash IP. Or I think it's one dash target IP 10.10.11.41. Dating user CA underscore operator, user principal name administrator at certified to HTB. User CA underscore operator doesn't have permission to update these attributes on CA underscore operator. Ah, crap. Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, let's try this shadow. Shadow auto dash username CA underscore operator, and then at certified.htp, and then dash hashes, and then dash account, administrator. Will that work? Targeting user administrator, generating certificate, certificate generated, generating key credential generated with device ID, adding key credential with device ID to the key credentials for administrator, could not update key credentials for administrator due to insufficient access rights. Okay. In this scenario, user 1 has generic right against user 2 and wants to compromise user 3. User 2 is allowed to enroll in a vulnerable template that specifies the CT flag no security extension flag and the PKI enrollment flag value. Oh, okay, I guess this does apply then, except I don't have generic right, I have generic all against user 2. So in my scenario, management underscore service has generic all against CA underscore operator and wants to compromise administrator. CA underscore operator is allowed to enroll in a vulnerable template that specifies the CT flag no security extension flag and the MSPKI enrollment flag value. So first, the CA underscore operator hash is needed. It can be, okay, I already have the CA underscore operator hash, so I don't actually need to do this. Okay. So I'm past that step. Then the user principal name of user 2 is changed to user 3. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so you do certify-ad account update -username. The username here is going to be user 1, so in my case that's management underscore service at certified.htb, and then I specify their hash, which is up here, I think. If not, I can grab it from here we go. Okay. I haven't missed any chats, have I? No. Okay. Okay, so we'll specify that here. And then, so we're doing account update. And then we're gonna specify user, and that's gonna be user 2, which is CA underscore operator. And then we're going to specify the UPN of administrator with administrator at certified.htb. And then we need to do -target -IP 10.10.11.41. And that should take care of that step. Hopefully that works. Aha! Okay, updating user CA underscore operator, user principal name, administrator at certified.htb, successfully updated CA underscore operator. Okay, sweet. So we're on track with that. Then the vulnerable certificate can be requested as user 2. Okay, so certify-ad rec for request -username, and then that's going to be user 2, which happens to be CA underscore operator at certified certified.htb. Okay, and then we specify their hash, which is right here. Okay. And then, okay, so we're here on this step right here. The vulnerable certificate can be requested as user 2. Okay, so certify-ad request -username CA underscore operator at certified.htb. Then we specify their hash. And then we'll do the target host. We'll just do target IP here again, 10.10.11.41. And then we will do -CA, which is, we'll have to go back up here for that. We can just copy that from here. Ew, I heard an IP address. Okay, so there's our CA, and then we need to specify the template, which is certified authentication. is that it? Yes. Okay, so we'll run that. We have a syntax warning though. E invalid arg. One or more arguments are invalid. Okay. Certified-AD rec dash username. Oh. Does this need to have a colon here, maybe? Target IP 10.10.11.41, CA DCL1 certified at HTB, dash template certified at. Let's try that. Requesting certificate via RPC got error. One or more arguments are invalid. What? Dash debug. Oh, maybe... Okay, maybe this actually needs to be target. It can't be target IP. Let's try that. So in that case, this is just going to be certified to HTB. And I don't think we need to run that with dash debug. Let's try that. No, there's still a syntax warning. Invalid escape sequence. What would that be? Certified-AD rec-h. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Dash template, dash UPN, dash DNS, dash SID, dash subject, dash retrieve requested. Okay. Oh, okay. DCIP can be specified. Target IP. Name server. Username format. Username at domain. Hashes. Maybe I should try dash DC dash IP instead. Let's see. CA underscore operator at certified.htb dash hashes. That's dash hashes. HDCIP 10.10.11.41 dash CADCL1 at certified HTB. I think that's right. Oh, wait, no. Well, that's not the common name anyway. Does it need to be the common name? Certificate authority name. Maybe that needs to be... Yeah, I think that needs to be the common name. I think that might be why. Okay, the common name for this is certified.dc01-ca. Okay, let's try that. No, still invalid escape sequence. Oh wait, is this still gonna work though? Nah, I don't think that worked now. I don't need this. Damn it. Heard enough of those. IP addresses are very necessary in cybersecurity. Let's see. What is the issue here? This is 10.10.11.41, yeah. Invalid escape sequence. Syntax warning, invalid escape sequence. Huh. Let's see if I can search this up. I don't understand what's going on here. What? No, it's not a file. Oh, jeez. I'll do this. Just go to Google and then search. Okay. Now I want to know specifically for Certify. Instead of doing all this, let's just do this. Certify invalid escape sequence. Maybe this. No, this doesn't even contain that string. God dang it, what is... causing that? I haven't had that with any other command. Invalid escape sequence, backslash, open parentheses. What is the issue? Oh, okay. I think it worked that time then? Okay. Vulnerable certificate can be requested as user 2. Okay, so we did that. That looks like that worked this time. Okay. Which I already had this, but I don't think it was the same, so that's fine. Let's see. Okay, the user 2's UPN has changed back to something else. Okay. I'm gonna have an ad break here pretty quick. 10 seconds. So we'll be back after the ad break. Alrighty, and we're back. Hopefully these last two commands will be all we need to finish this room. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we're gonna change user 2's user principal name back to, I'm just gonna change it back to what it was before. So we'll do certify-ab account update again. Specify username. And this is going to be user 1 again. And their hash. And then we're going to specify user 2, which is CA_operator. And we're going to change their user principal name from administrator back to CA_operator at certified.htb. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, so that was updated. Then the last thing is now authenticating with the obtained certificate will provide the user 3's NT hash during unpack the hash. The domain must be specified since it is not present in the certificate. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Certify-ab auth-pfx. Wait a second. User3.pfx. Oh, it's still, I think it should still be CA_operator.pfx. Then we specify the domain, which is certified.htb, and hopefully we get the NT hash of administrator when we run this now. And we did not. Wonder why that is. You have to save the certificate in private key. And this got the certificate with this user principal name, but we wanted to get the certificate with the UPN of administrator. Alright, at this point I'm gonna look at the write-up because this is ridiculous. Okay. Okay, so we did this. We found the vulnerable template. Was vulnerable to escalation 9. Okay. The idea is to change the CA underscore operator user's user principal name from CA underscore operator at certified at HTB to administrator, which is exactly what I was trying to do. Certified-AD account update username management underscore service at certified to HTB hashes. Specify the hash user CA underscore operator UPN administrator. Is that not what we saw when we ran this earlier? This is the first account update we did. Certified-AD account update username. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's because I was doing this wrong. Oh, crap. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to... for the account update, I was supposed to set the username as management underscore service, not CA underscore operator. That's why this didn't work. Okay. Okay, that's why that didn't work. Okay, so I just do this again, and I set the user principal name to administrator, and that should work. Okay, so I'm going to update the CA underscore operator's user principal name to administrator at certified.htb using the management underscore service account. So we'll do that. Actually, before I do that, I want to remove this .pfx file because that's no good to us. And then I'll go ahead and just recopy this without a bunch of spaces in here. Man, I would have gotten this, but I did it wrong. Okay, so we'll do that. And that should say, yes, updating user CA underscore operator, user principal name, administrator at certified.htb, successfully updated CA underscore operator. Just like we see here. Okay, once the UPN is changed, request a certificate to that UPN, or as that UPN. Okay, so certify-ad rec dash username so let's scroll down here. Username CA underscore operator at certified.htb dash hashes, specify the hash. The CA is certified-DCL1-CA. We don't actually need the DC IP. They did use debug as well. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, CA is certified-DC01-CA, and then the template is certified authentication, and then they're running this with debug. Okay, so we'll run that. And we might need to run this a couple of times because of whatever this error is.
Hell yeah! Goblin life!
That seemed to work last time.
Bakadij followed your channel.
Aha! There we go. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alrighty. So now we have the certificate and private key of administrator to administrator.pfx. So now, the -CA and -template should be set to correct values, which can be found from the. Okay, I don't care about that. Before that, the CA operator user's UPN must be changed to the original one. Okay, so now we do that. We change it back with certify-AD account update, and then we're just gonna change this back to CA_operator. Okay. Yes, so that should be good. Oh, we don't even need to specify the target IP here, apparently. Okay, so we changed the user principal name back to CA_operator at certified.HTB, and now we can authenticate to the DC with the administrator.pfx certificate and get the administrator's NT hash. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Certify-AD. Auth, I believe, is what it is. Yes, -pfx. And instead, this will be administrator.pfx. Specify the domain of certified.htb, and we should get the NT hash of the administrator. And we did. Awesome. Okay, so now we take this. How we authenticate, I'm guessing, is probably EvilWinRM. I think I kind of got a glance of that in the write-up. But just to check, we'll just use netexec winrm 10.10.11.41. Specify the administrator as the user. And then -h for hash, and then we'll enter their hash in and make sure that we can authenticate to Windows Remote Management. And we can. Pwned. Awesome. Okay, so that means we can use EvilWinRM to authenticate as the administrator. 10.11.41-u administrator. I think I spelled that right. -h for the hash, and enter that in. Awesome, and now we can go back to their desktop, do an ls, and cat root.txt, and there is the root flag. Finally. And oh, and this is, the answer to this is escalation 9. Okay, in this case, what UPN is edited when performing the escalation 9 attack to impersonate the administrator user. Okay, this is gonna be CA_operator. And then we submit the root flag. Submit. And there we go. Certified has been pwned. Finally. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna make this not too easy. Submit that rating. And then, of course, I have to do this.
I'm such a bad hacker! Bad.
And this. Alrighty, there we go. Man, that was a tough one. I didn't actually need this. Go ahead and close out of that, close out of this. I have user but not root for this box. Yeah, this one was kind of a doozy. I just left it. Oh, nice. Yeah, this one is a doozy. Yeah, if you want me to kind of go over how I ended up getting to the end of this, I can. So where exactly did you leave off? Do you remember? Whoops. There are a lot of steps to this. Let me open Bloodhound back up. Log in. Okay. Judas.meter. Yeah, I'll just kind of start from the beginning, I guess. And I'll just do this for the end of the stream. I don't think my TGT wasn't working. I need to add to the remote management user group. I think I didn't have access to Evil when around. Okay, yeah, let me try to just walk you through exactly what you need to do here. Okay, so we start off with Judas.meter. So we can add them to owned because we already have, we were given initial access as them at the beginning. We have credentials for them already. Okay, so we start out with them and they're already pwned right off the bat. Okay, so then if we go to pathfinding and, or no, not pathfinding, sorry, Cypher, and we click on this little folder. Did you have Bloodhound going, by the way? Okay, you had Bloodhound. Okay, good. So, then if I scroll down here... I'm gonna click on shortest paths from owned objects is a good one. And then, whoops. And then I just want to minimize that, and I'll go ahead and minimize this. Once we do that, we can see that Judas.meter has right owner over management at certified.htb. And if we click on right owner and we go to Linux abuse, or maybe you did the Windows abuse. I like to do the Linux abuse because it usually seems to have less steps, and I'm all about speed for these and taking less time and not because this can go on for a long time, so I want to get through it as quickly as I possibly can each step. But anyway, I actually created a script for this because I think there is a cleanup script in place that wipes away all of this after a while. Let me exit out of this. If I show you my script here. So in order to be added to the management group, you have to go through all of these commands. I use Bloody AD to add to management group, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that as well. That might actually be faster. I'm just going through the guide in Bloodhound here because I usually find that to be pretty good. Okay, so you're already added. You already got added to the management group then. Okay. So then the next thing is, let's see. Going through this. Oh, right. Okay, so now that you're added to the management group, the management group has generic right over management underscore service. So you got there, right? Well, I mean, I guess you would have because you were added to the management group. But then there's a few things that you have to do after that. So what I did is I used 3 different tools to get the NT hash of the management underscore service user. Did you get there? Oh yeah. Okay, I think I got a hash for management underscore service. Okay, good. So then after you have the hash for the management underscore service account, then you have to get the NT hash of CA underscore operator. So now we can, this is kind of convoluted here, but you can see this sort of, the management underscore service user has generic all over CA underscore operator. So I can show you this easier if I do pathfinding. So management underscore service, and then the destination node of CA underscore operator. So, then what you have to do is if I click on generic all, and do the Linux abuse. I started off with the shadow credentials attack using PyWhisker. Let's see. Cracked it and needed to pivot for CAOP or remote manage users group. You cracked the management underscore service users hash or the CA underscore operators hash? Oh, that management underscore service. Okay. Yeah, that you can do it either way. This will work if you have either the hash or the password. I didn't realize you could crack that, so that's pretty interesting. I did try to crack some Kerberos hashes, but I didn't actually try to crack the management underscore service hash. But that's good to know that you can actually crack that and recover the password. So once you have the hash or the password of the management underscore service account, you need to do a shadow credentials attack. And then I use 3 different tools to do this. So what I did is I used Python 3, PyWhisker, .py, and then specified the domain of certified.htb, the user of management underscore service, and then you can specify the hash or the password if you were able to recover that, which you were, and then the target of CA underscore operator, and then we'll do an action of add, which will... I forget what that actually does. Let's see. I think I left on certificate authority operator or remote management users group generic all permission. Oh, okay. So that you're right where I am kind of trying to show you what the next steps are then. So let's see. Wait, so you were able to recover the password or get the hash for the CA underscore operator account? I think I don't have hash for CA op. Ah, okay. So in order to get that, you would use so there are a couple of different ways you could do this. I did not find this to be successful, I don't think, using the targeted Kerberoast, and I guess I could have force changed the password, but I had previously done the shadow credentials attack using Whisker, so I just went along the path of doing that again. I got stuck pointing at remote management users group the whole time. Oh, so you're talking about like getting the user hash with Evil WinRM? Evil WinRM is so close, I just got a headache. Oh, okay. Did you get the user flag? I thought you said you did get the user flag. Yeah, you have user. Okay. So you used Evil WinRM to authenticate as management underscore service and get the user flag. But then you were stuck on privilege escalation, right? Which you have to escalate your privileges twice. You have to escalate, well, you have to pivot from management underscore service to CA underscore operator to administrator. So did you find out the vulnerable templates? But you don't have admin group added for reading root.txt. No, yeah, you don't. Right. You have to become administrator in order to read root.txt. You can't even do a directory listing as management underscore service in WinRM to be able to, see the administrators' directories. You have to pivot from management underscore service to CA underscore operator, and then from CA underscore operator to administrator. I just pointed at remote management users group the whole time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't try with CA op, I think. Oh, okay. Did you want to did you want me to run you through the whole thing, or did you want to figure it out for yourself at this point? Because I don't want to give everything away if you don't want me to. Although you could rewatch this video if you missed it and see what I did. Yeah, that's cool. I just want the flag. Okay, so you do want me to walk through the steps that you need to take. This whole stream is a spoiler, Clover. Because it's a walkthrough. It's a spoiler though, lol. Yes, but don't watch it if you don't know a spoiler, because it's a walkthrough. Don't even know what we doing. I just watch and pick up what I pick up. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna use this instead of the write-up. Oh, okay, nice. Alright, so, continuing on, now that we, have the user flag, we will, pivot to the CA_operator user. Literally don't use the guided mode. God, I've gotta figure out why that keeps doing that. It's so annoying. Let's see. I'm doing their CTF stuff right now. It's for university stuff though, taking a break though. Ah, okay, nice. So did you still want me to, walk you through what you needed to do to, continue on, Truther? Or did you just want to rewatch the video? Because I can go ahead and walk through, let's see, I think I haven't tried this way yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and, continue to walk through, kind of what, the steps you need to take then. Let me reopen this. Have you used Certify before? I think I was boiled down to getting a shell from Impacket. I don't think you can do it that way. Like, you have to take advantage of a Active Directory Certificate Services template vulnerability in order to complete this room. It's not as simple as just getting a shell using Impacket. Oh, you have Certify. Okay, sweet. Alright, so the next thing that we would do then, or the next thing that I did anyway, the way that I did it, is I did a shadow credential attack using Whisker. And you just need to pull that down from GitHub, and you specify the domain, the user, which is management_service, and then the hash of the password. It sounds like you got their password, which you could use that just as easily here. But the hash kind of acts as a password anyway. Specified the target of CA_operator and used an action of add. Let me see if I can run this again. Okay, so then you get a PFX file. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to use a tool called gettgtpkinit.py. In order to run that, you actually have to set up a virtual environment for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why you have to do that, but you have to do that for some reason. Okay, and then we specify the new PFX file, which is this U string ending in the .pfx extension. Okay, and UX, and then tab complete that and do PFX. And then you need to specify the PFX password that you got from PyWhisker, which is gonna be this string right here. And then you will specify the identity of CA_operator, which is certified.htb/CA_operator. That identity right there. And then specify CA_operator.ccache as the file that you want to output this to. Which I already have that, so I'll just get rid of that. Oh, okay. I already got rid of that apparently. Oh wait, no, that's not. Oh no, I was trying to get rid of CA_operator.ccache. Whoops. Remove. There we go. Okay, so I get rid of that, and then we'll run this and get that Ccache file. Just output that there, and then that will request a ticket granting ticket, and that will give us a an AES or no, an AES rep encryption key, which we need for the next step. So we'll copy that. We don't need the virtual environment anymore, so we'll say deactivate. Okay, and then the next tool that we need is called getNtHash.py. So we'll do python3 getNtHash.py, and then we'll specify that key that we got, which is this AS rep encryption key. So we'll type that in there. And then we'll specify -dc-ip, which is going to be 10.10.11.41. And then we need to specify the identity of the CA_operator user. So oh wait, let's see. The identity is, I think the domain comes first. Certified.htb, and then CA_operator. And then that should give us the NT hash of the CA_operator user. So we have that now, and you could attempt to crack that if you wanted to. Just for fun, I guess we can try to see if we can actually crack it. Hashcat techin 1000, I think it is. User share word lists rocku.txt-O for optimize. We'll see if we can crack that real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember going in and out of a virtual environment. I think I had tried with TGT from Impact. Okay, but this is a different path for sure. Yep. Okay, so that was exhausted, so it doesn't look like we can actually crack the CA underscore operators hash, which is fine. That doesn't really matter too much, since you can pass a NTLM hash around. For rainbow tables. Yeah. Okay, so then the next thing that we can do is use Certify to find vulnerable certificate templates. So to do that, we can do certify-ad find-u CA operator at certify.htb, specify their hash, and then we're gonna specify the vulnerable flag and then we're just gonna print this out to the terminal with standard output. If you don't specify standard output, it will put it in a file. It's much easier to just output it to the terminal, so we'll do that. Okay, and then we can see that there is, if we scroll all the way to the top, we can see the certificate authorities. The CA name is certified-DCL1-CA, so that's going to be necessary to know for later on. And then we have certificate templates, template name, certified authentication. And if we scroll down all the way, we can see that this is vulnerable to escalation 9. And then you can search for that on Google and find out exactly how you can abuse this. And the way that I found out how to abuse this is, I think this is actually kind of the same scenario as on Hacktricks, which is a really good resource for pretty much all things penetration testing and red team. Let's see. Specify standard out for certificate output. So specify star. What? Oh, no, I'm just saying that you set these flags. Standard output to just print this out to the terminal instead of saving it to a file. Okay. So let's see. So if I read a little bit about this, this is actually called escalation 9 is no security extension. So to understand this privilege escalation, it is recommended to know how certificate mapping is performed. It is presented in this section. If the certificate attribute MSPKI enrollment flag contains the flag CT flag no security extension, the SZ OID NTDS CA security extension will not be embedded, meaning that even with strong certificate binding enforcement set to 1, the mapping will be performed similarly as a value of 0 in the registry key, whatever that means. Here are the requirements to perform escalation 9, which is more important really than this. Strong certificate binding enforcement not set to 2, the default is 1. Or certificate mapping methods contains user principal name, which is UPN flag 0x4. The template contains the CT flag no security extension flag and the MSPKI enrollment flag value. The template specifies client authentication, generic right against any account A to compromise any account B. In our case, we have generic all, so we have full control, but generic right will work as well. So getting into the how to abuse this, well, let me go ahead and just delete, oh, where is it? administrator.pfx. Okay. Yeah, so fixed on generic all. Yeah. Okay, so in order to... Okay. So it sets up the scenario here. From Unix-like systems, certify Python can be used to enumerate for and conduct the escalation 9 scenario. Okay, we know that. In this scenario, user 1 has generic right against user 2, wants to compromise user 3. User 2 is allowed to enroll in a vulnerable template that specifies the CT flag no security extension flag and the MSPKA enrollment flag value. Now, if to translate this into our scenario, in this scenario, management underscore service has generic all against CA underscore operator and wants to compromise administrator. CA underscore operator is allowed to enroll in a vulnerable template that specifies the CT flag no security extension flag and the MSPKI enrollment flag value. Okay, so then here are our steps that we need to carry out. So there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we have to do in order to carry out this attack and get escalate our privileges to administrator. So the first thing we need to do is so we actually we don't need to do this first thing because we already have the we already performed the shadow credentials attack. So we're actually starting here. So we have a total of 4 things we need to do in order to escalate our privileges to administrator. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we will update our user principal name of CA underscore operator using management underscore service to the administrator's user principal name. So in order to do that, we do certify-ad account update dash username, and then I just need to change this to administrator. So all we need to do here is I don't think we even need this target IP, to be honest, because they don't even have that here. So all we need to do is use certify-ad account update, specify the username of management underscore service at certify.htb, so their full user principal name, and we'll use their hash or password as you said you were able to recover. And then the user will be CA underscore operator, and then we will set their user principal name to that of the administrator. So we'll run that. And we were able to successfully update CA underscore operator's user principal name to administrator at certified.htb. Okay? So we were able to do that. And then the next thing is going to be the vulnerable certificate can be requested as user 2. So now we have to request the vulnerable certificate as CA underscore operator. So in order to do that, we'll do certify-ad, we'll do request, and we'll set the username as CA underscore operator at certified.htb because that's user 2, and we'll specify their hash. And then we need to specify the certificate authority, which, as we saw in the beginning of doing our enumeration for vulnerable certificate templates, is certified-DCL1-CA. And then we specify our template as certified authentication, and we'll use the debug flag. Yeah, I don't think I tried with escalation 9. Yeah, it's really important that you enumerate the certificate templates to find out what they're vulnerable to. There actually is a way to do that manually to find out what escalation path it is. But it's nice that there are really intelligent people who can build out tools to do that automatically for us, which saves us as, say, penetration testers the time of enumerating this manually. So we'll go ahead and run that. And this did not work the first time, but I found that if you run it again, it will actually work. So you just need to run it a couple of times, and I think it should hopefully work. And there we go. So now we've saved the certificate and private key to administrator.pfx. So we have a certificate with the user principal name of the administrator. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to change our user principal name of the CA_operator user back to their user principal name, because this won't work if it's still their the administrator's UPN. We won't be able to authenticate with their certificate and private key. Oh, you gotta split in 20, by the way. Okay, well, I'm almost done here. I'll be done probably in about 20 minutes. Okay, so now the next thing we have to do is we have to change our the user principal name of of CA_operator back to CA_operator. Okay, so we'll do that. And we don't need to actually specify the target IP. I don't know why I thought we needed to do that. Go ahead and run that though. Not to be rude, the parking garage closes in 38. I'm still on campus. Okay. No, you're fine. I've been locked in a parking garage before and it absolutely sucks. So I totally understand that. Okay, so now that we've changed that back, all we literally have to do is use certify AD auth and then specify PFX and use our administrator.pfx file to authenticate. And we need to specify the domain, and we will get the NT hash of the administrator at that point. So we'll get a ticket granting ticket, and then that will print out the NT hash of the administrator user. And there it is right there. We just need the LM portion, or the NT portion, not the LM portion. Yeah, the first portion is the LM portion, and the last portion is the NT portion. So we'll just copy that. And then I just wanted to make sure that I could use authenticate via WinRM, which you can test that with netexec. And we can see that that's pwned, and so now we can just use evil WinRM and authenticate as the administrator to the domain controller, and go back a step to their desktop, and since we're in PowerShell we can run Linux commands and then just cat the root flag, and there we go. This path is crazy though. I think I tried with certify ID to get the admin hash right away, but I needed to pivot for CA op. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it is crazy. There are a lot of really cool escalation paths for Active Directory certificate services, and that is one of the really good privilege escalation paths in Active Directory in a penetration test, which I've actually compromised a real-world Active Directory domain using Active Directory certificate services attacks. Let's see. So certified indeed. Yep. That's it. Escalation 9. We start with initial access as we're already given credentials, and then we escalate our or pivot to management_service, and then use their privileges to compromise CA_operator and in turn the administrator account with a vulnerable Active Directory certificate services template. That's basically certified in a nutshell. That's cool. I was on a blue team. I had DC perms and like covered networking. I used Splunk really to make monitors. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I've been on blue team, and I also did penetration testing. I started in doing security operations, and then was promoted to a team captain, and then did tier 2 work as a SOC analyst, and did some deeper investigations and threat hunting using custom query language in Microsoft Sentinel. And then did an internship as a penetration tester for about 7 months. And now I'm working as a junior detection engineer doing blue team again at a different company. And I still get to use a lot of my red teaming penetration testing skills as a junior detection engineer because I have to test my detections in virtual environments and make sure that they're working correctly. Do you use Discord? Yeah, if you do !Discord, you can join the Discord if you'd like to. I'd like to get more people in there, but they just don't realize it, I guess. That I have a Discord. It pops up every time in that, every once in a while in the stream elements. I think. Not this one that just popped up, but there's another one, I think. Or no, it's in the description. Yeah, !Discord. I wonder if there's anyone we can raid. Is there anyone on besides me? Oh, 0 day 3301. Who's that? Oh wait, they're not actually... Oh, wow. InfoSec Streams is wrong. There's not actually anybody else on. Let's see. Do you still CTF? I'm in there like every weekend now. I'm still looking for teammates right now if you're down. I actually haven't done any like live CTF competitions. I normally just do like Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. But I've wanted to eventually do an actual live CTF like on a team. I'm in there like every weekend now. What? On Discord, or what do you mean you're there like every weekend now? I'm still looking for teammates right now if you're down. Yeah, is there like an ongoing CTF going on? CTFs run like every week. Oh yeah, true. What CTF were you thinking about doing? Like 48-hour events. Oh right, yeah. Hopefully not like I would have to stay up for 48 hours to do a CTF. Yeah, if you have some that you're interested in, go ahead and drop them in the Discord, and I'll definitely take a look at them. We have an ad break starting here pretty soon. Yeah, either drop it in the Discord server or hit me up on Discord, and I'll take a look. And we're back. Okay. I switched over to my just chatting scene. I don't think I've ever used this before. But I'm done with showcasing what I was, you know, showcasing. So now I can just chat. I'm comp sci major, so I code leak code a lot. Oh, okay, nice. I can't code words to save my life. I plan on learning Python at some point, but I know some scripting, but that's kind of about it. I really do need to learn Python at some point. What was I gonna say? Seems like there was something I was gonna say. Oh, you write production code? Is that what you're saying? I don't know why I did that. Oh, no, Python is prod code. Oh, yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Oh, let's see. No. Well, I think I'm gonna end this stream here. I need to get some dinner, and go to sleep, in like an hour or two, so, probably leave it here, at that. Thanks everybody for joining, really appreciate it. Thanks for all the new follows and the all the chats. Hopefully you learned something from this. This has been a journey for me, this machine. I've learned a lot from this machine, and I'm sure there are a couple of other ways you could pwn this machine as well. But that was the path that I used, and it seemed like that worked out pretty well. But yeah, if you, let's see, I sent a Discord friend request? Oh, okay, sweet. I'll take a look at that after the stream. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Hopefully everybody has a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you. And I'll catch you next time. Oh, what was I gonna say? Hack the planet. Take care.